Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
It's the Agents of Beastgrave.
And it's Replay the Grand Clash Take 2.
Schnick. Oh, I haven't got my board. Yep, so we're playing that, and I'm going to be...
You just lose it, just like the kids.
It's at home, in my special drawer. And I'm playing the Grymwatch this week.
And I am playing the Cursebreakers. Cursebreakers. Mwahaha! Brian Blessed!
Yep, so this time round I get a crack with the Grymwatch.
And I am playing the Cursebreakers. The Cursebreakers deck looks pretty solid.
Yes, I think we said that about the Grymwatch as well. I think the good thing about these decks is that you get to a certain point and all the work's been done for you, right?
Yeah.
We're just picking up these masterful decks that have been constructed. We're just going to splash them all over the place and do terrible things.
Yeah, I've been looking over the Grand Clash winning decks, and I do think if I'm going to take it to the next level, I need to get over my phobia.
Level 2?
Yeah, level 2, yeah. Level half.
Yeah. 1.
Challenge rating third. I need to get over this, my dislike of the kind of glory generating.
Yeah.
Cards,
Well, there's two different games there, right? There's playing to win tournaments, and there's playing like we're doing now for you guys and girls at home.
Yeah, well, exactly. But I just these have both got combination strike and things like that,
all that
in there.
kind
And
of
I
stuff.
don't play them because I always worry about getting bricked up, but they clearly don't, because people win
More vegetables.
people win glass with them and stuff. So I think that's probably where I was doing wrong. Of course, because if you're doing that, you're basically getting paid twice for doing one job.
I think that's it. I think that's the key. Yeah, you have objectives that you score by scoring objectives, and that means you only have to do half the work to get double the glory, or something like that.
And I had a crazy thought today. I wondered whether if they wanted to completely turn over the meta, whether they should restrict those cards, because you know it's kind of like glories for glory's sake.
Yeah, it could be,
So,
but you do
let me
take
know what
that
you
risk.
think.
You do take the risk of if you don't get the other glory out, or you get them all out in one go, it bricks you
But
right
it doesn't
up,
seem
so.
to be a very big risk. It's really what I'm saying.
True.
And I need to get on that train before they restrict it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So
We'll see you in the Beastgrave.
Yes. Hello everyone.
We're back for game 2, and this time I've got the Grymwatch.
And I have the Cursebreakers. Now, Pete, you had a bit of a mare on your picking up cards.
I did, yes. I had to get rid of 5 upgrades. I shuffled this deck monstrously, and 5 upgrades came out. So I've had to get rid of Impervious Delusion. Didn't want to get that one. I've also got to get rid of Tome of Offerings, the Crown of Avarice, Well Motivated, and Heroic Vision. So no +1 dice and +1 damage for me.
Wow, yeah, that's messy.
It means I've got a lot of movie type cards coming up.
I was thinking, you're going to struggle to keep you off objectives.
That could be the only payback I get. But I've kept my objectives and I've redrawn 5 more cards.
Okay, now I'm not sure. It's one of these situations where you really need to know the deck to know what to do. I can score some things, but they're not easy scores. But I think I do need to keep hold of my objectives. Maybe. Love to know, Frederick, if you are watching, whether you'd have kept these. I think you probably would. I think you'd have felt confident that you could score them. I, however, do not.
Well, I think one of the main things here as well is back when the cards first came out, when Beastgrave first came out, and we lost all of Shadespire. It was difficult to get easy to score surge cards.
Yeah.
And back in the old days of Shadespire as well, it used to be that you want to be able to score 2 of your 3 objectives. Now it's more like if you haven't got at least 1 surge card, don't bother kind of thing. Get rid of it.
I have got one, but it's not the easiest to score. There are definitely easier cards to score, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. And I've just remembered I need to get in your half, don't I? That's going to make things a bit more tricky.
Thing. So we rolled for the boards, and you won and chose to take the objectives, like I had before, because I think when you're facing Grymwatch, you want to keep the objectives away. So you put your 3 mid to backfield over there. I've got mine here and here. And then we are on to showing off our cards and rolling. So let's roll first and place our models. So the Cursebreakers get... no crits this time.
Double.
And I
saving them when it matters. Well, we'll let you place your puny ghoul, or maybe the bats,
one of your rubbishy ghouls
one
first.
of your tiny ghoulies on the table first.
Okay, I'll put the Knight's Herald here.
Before I put old Stormballs down himself.
Stormballs!
Okay, I'm going to play Amiss Dawnguard there.
Okay, I'm going to put the Royal Bouchard there.
I'm going to put Erastus. I've already made a mistake. I'm very aware of your push ploys.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter wherever. I'm gonna risk Erastus there.
Okay, risky Rascus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Master Talon there.
I'm gonna put Stormside there.
Oh. I'm gonna put Valreek up front, Gristlewell, and old Duke Wheelbarrow himself. So before we roll for the turn, let's show you our cards. And I completely forgot to put the Duke's Harriers right down there. That's how little they matter to me. I completely forgot to put them on the
Could have
board.
won me the game last time.
Yeah, it's true. So here we go. It's time to roll to see who goes first. So you finished setting up way before me, so you've already got a crit in the bag.
I've already got a crit in the bag, and I've got one more to go with it, and 2 singles, so you're going to need something juicy.
I need at least 3 crits then.
Ah.
I'm still saving all my crits. Just saving them up. Ready to blast in your face. So it's up to you to decide. Do you want to go first or second?
I think I'll go first, which again, I don't really know whether I want to do that. And I'm going to start with the Gladiator empowering, and I'm going to try and empower my man Erastus.
My man.
With a magic dice.
And he empowers.
And he empowers. Wiminy. Oh, I forgot that we could re-roll. I don't know if you actually did that when you played. You can re-roll. Don't think you needed to because you get rolling crits left, right, and centre.
Yeah, I think the one time when I had it in power in place and Amiss attacks, you rolled like crits all over the place.
So Rastus is inspired.
Okay.
Power step. I've got nothing. I'm going to guess you're going to play Centre of Attention.
I'm going to play Centre of Attention. How did you do that? It's like you can read my mind, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to play Centre of Attention on Gristlewell here and Crackmarrow onto that objective.
Crack the marrow onto that objective, eh? Let's try it. I'm going to try and cast Abyssoth's Unmaking.
No! Okay.
With Stormsire.
Okay.
Oh, double success.
Does it? So what's going?
So I'm going to take away 3.
Boo! So I am then going to play Side Step. I'm just going to forward to there.
Okay.
Back to you.
I've got nothing to do.
So on to my first go. And I'm going to make a move action. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there.
Ooh.
And I'm going to score Swift Capture and Shifting Madness.
Well done.
I figured after you got rid of 3, I kind of had to go for that. So 2 glory. And into my power step, I've got nothing to play.
Okay, I've got nothing to play in the power step either. And for my second activation, I'm going to try and power Amiss.
Oh, getting them all out of the way now.
No.
Oh,
They all
fails. Anything for you in that power step?
No.
I've got nothing in your power step either. So on to my second go. So I'm going to charge with the Valreek. Just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, I think.
Okay.
And she rolls just the 2 swords, but it's 2 damage. How about whole heaping of nothing? No crits so far this entire game. So it could be the dice's way of telling me that that's my lot. And nothing in my power step.
Okay, I've got nothing in your power step either. So my third activation, I'm going to attack with Stormside spell.
Okay.
Valreek. Oh, that's 2 successes.
2 zippity zaps. So just 1 dodge for old Valreek. Need that crit now.
No.
2 damage.
So that's 2. No, it's only 1 damage because he's not inspired.
Oh, but he is inspired now.
He's inspired now, yes.
And you're going to shove her back.
No, I'm going to leave her there.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Abyssoth's Withering on her.
So 2 dice now because he's inspired.
It's 2 dice anyway, so that's a success.
Oh, that's a good point.
So that's
another,
wound.
effectively a wound.
Yep.
She's down on. She loses 1, but it's the same thing.
Yep.
In this situation, anyway.
And more importantly, for those watching, it's 4 spells I've cast this round.
I still got nothing to do in your power step.
Okay, I've got nothing left to do either.
So for my third go, I'm just going to move the Knight's Herald there. Herald?
Catch scoring anything?
I'm not scoring anything, and I'm
Okay.
not playing anything right now either.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to charge with Amis on my 4th activation. I'm going to charge to there.
Going to smash the...
Just 2 hammers, but it's 2 damage, and
I've got to beat your roll.
beat my roll. 1 hammer, so you do need a crit.
Yeah, I do need a crit to keep him where he is.
No. So that's 2 damage.
He's
So
been
I have to kill him,
deaderized.
which means I score strong start.
Nicely done.
In the power step, I'm going to put Tome of Offerings on Stormsire.
Oh dear, oh dear. So I'm going to put Seized Weapon on Valreek.
Oh,
Do a wound straight away to Rastus.
Rastus. That's, I think that card is possibly one of the most overpowered in the game.
It's pretty nice, isn't it?
Because it's not a bad card either.
No, it's not a bad attack. 3 swords, 2 damage, and deal 1 damage straight away to someone.
Yeah, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. There's almost no requirement.
Yep. Anything for you?
No.
Okay, so I'll go on to my 4th go. Okay. So my 4th go, Wheelbarrow is going to charge.
Wheelbarrow?
It's going to go 1, 2, 3,
I assumed it was going to be
4.
Gristlewell.
Gristlewell can't reach.
Oh, okay. Wheelbarrow only does 2 damage though, right?
He does only do 2 uninspired,
Okay.
yes. He's charged into there. That's 2 hammers and single assists. And with those 2 hammers, you need that crit.
No.
Ooh.
Would have
So
saved it otherwise.
3 damage. I'll push you back towards
3? Does he do 3?
Sorry, 2 damage. He's got 3 in total.
Okay.
That's what I meant. And I'll push him back towards between the lethal hex and the objective, if you please.
Distraction coming?
No, I haven't got that either.
Ugh.
Sadly. Picked up more upgrades,
Ugh.
which was super.
It's just what you wanted.
Just what I was after. And in the power step, I might as well put the Larval Lance on the Knight's Herald.
Harold?
Over to you.
I still have nothing.
Okay, so on to the end phase then. And you went first.
Okay, I did go first. I have scored Fired Up for 1 and Magical Storm for 2.
Nice, so 3 glory.
3 glory. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to draw 2 more power cards, and I'm going to keep both of my power cards and draw 3 new ones.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. It's always a bit dicey these days as well. Keeping hold of 2.
Yeah, that's
madness.
that's unheard of.
Yeah.
So all of my people do inspire, apart from Master Talon, who will be coming back in a minute anyway. And of my objectives, I score Opening Gambit and Combination Strike. I'm going to know whether to get rid of this card. I'm going to get rid of it because I feel it might cloud my judgment on what I want to achieve if I keep hold of it. But it's painful to get rid of.
Temporary victory.
Supremacy.
Supremacy. Ooh.
And if I'd placed her round the other way, I could have scored that. So I'd have another 3 glory right now if I hadn't screwed that up. So I'm a little
marks
annoyed
out
by
the
that.
pros from the
Rank amateurs, yep. So I've got 1 power card left. I'm going to draw 4 and 3 objectives. So it's time for round 2, and now I need to place my Master Talon first.
You do.
So I'm going to bring back my Ghoul here.
Okay.
This has multiple options that could work for
You're
me.
going to go right down there.
Yeah, well, it depends. It depends. That could happen. But
could
that's
go on
also,
objective 5.
That's
actually,
not the
quite
worst
neat.
thing that happens. Yeah, if I end up running
it could
down
go
this
on
way,
objective
I'll
5.
be on an objective.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not the
quite
worst
nice.
situation
This
for
one's
me.
not great.
Ah,
So it does
that's
go here.
pretty much exactly where I wanted.
Brilliant. That's what I wanted to.
So there we go. It's now time to roll for round 2.
Ooh, 2 crits and 2 hammers.
That means take a wound, 2 crits. Oh, 1 crit and 2 hammers.
I think I will go first. And I will start by attacking with Stormsire. I will attack...
Valreek.
yeah.
Rhymes with Squeak.
Not Valreek, no.
Oh no, you're gonna, sorry, you're going to shoot at the newly arrived and soon to be dead Master Talon.
Yeah. Can't decide whether to go with hammers or spell. Hammers is slightly more reliable, isn't it?
It is a little.
Going to go with the hammers.
Actually, I think hammers or spell is exactly the same with what you're rolling.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, well, we'll go with the spell then.
Okay. Oh, double crit.
Double crit.
So you take a wound.
Take a wound.
And the Master Talon dies again.
Yeah, which is 2 glory.
Oh, I've just come back from
And I do score...
2 glory. Oh, he's got the tome.
I do score measured strike, because he's 2 damage, he's 2 wounds, isn't he? And overpower, literally.
Ouch, 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 ouch,
Ow! Oh, but I score this.
Oh, bonus.
So that went pretty well. So thank you for that.
Okay, so I'm going to play...
I'll draw in 2 new objectives. I am going to play nothing.
I'm going to play Trophy Belt on Crackmarrow.
Ooh! Now, Crackmarrow's not a hunter, is he?
He is a hunter.
Is he?
Yes.
Ah! You told me that the... Oh, no, it's Despoilers.
Anything for you?
No.
I'm going to play Frenzied Search next with Pack Advance. So I've realised my ghouls are kind of out of position for the Pack Advance.
Okay.
So I might as well ditch it and grab some other potentially better cards.
Okay.
Anything for you?
No.
And I'm going to play Distraction and kill off Rastus.
Oh,
and get glory. And then going to play Restless Prize. I'm going to that objective onto there. Back to you again.
I still have nothing.
And then I'm going to play Haymaker.
Ooh.
Just picked up all the juicy cards.
Okay.
And if you've got nothing else, I'm going to go on to my first activation.
Nothing else.
And I'm going to charge with Crackmarrow.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And you'll see.
So you can kill him, can you, doing 3 damage? You are.
It's 3 damage and he has cleave.
Ooh.
And it's 4 hammers.
Oh, so this could be the end of my game.
Game
basically.
over, man. Oh, a crit and a hammer.
Ooh.
But you need crits.
Do not get them.
Oh. Averon Semort. So 2 glory for that because of my trophy belt. And then I'm going to put sudden growth on Crackmarrow. And I will score temporary victory. Over to you.
Okay, well, I'm going to put Blessing of Victrix and Arcane Familiar on Amis. I'm just assuming you haven't got anything else to do.
I've got nothing else. No, you're correct.
I think my second activation, if you've got nothing, I am going to try and empower Amis.
Okay.
Boom. Succeed in doing
Got
so.
it.
She's now inspired.
In fact, you couldn't fail that, could you?
No.
But I like rolling dice, so shut up.
Power step, I have nothing.
Okay, I've got nothing either. So I'm on to my second activation. And I'm going to charge with the Butcher.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. He does roll 4 dice and does 1 damage.
1 sword.
1 swad. Now, I do have Ensnare, but you crit that right away.
Sure.
But I do score Gather Momentum.
Nicely done.
Friendly Fire makes a charge action and ends that action 5 or more hexes from the hex in which they began.
Okay.
So I get a glory for that.
Anything in the power step?
Yeah, I'm going to play Appalling Visage at this point and push her back 1. So that I can then score Pervasive Delusion. Because I played many gambits and that is easily my third one.
Okay, I'm going to ditch death from afar and draw a new objective.
Power steps.
Nothing.
Okay, on to my third go. I think I'm just going to move the bats up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. And I've got nothing in my power step.
Okay. I've got nothing in the power step either. I'm going to my fourth activation. I'm going to make a charge action.
I'm going to smash that butcher's face.
I'm going to try. So it's 3 hammers.
Oh.
Right. So that's nothing. And in the power step, I'm going to try and cast Unfocused Blast, which I will cast because I've got mini
automatically.
Yeah.
You only roll 1 dice, so you can't double crit yourself.
So I'm going to hammer you.
So he's going to point the hammer at him.
So I'm going to. Shall I just roll 3 of these?
You can just roll 3.
If I get 2 hammers, you're dead.
Or
just 1 hammer. There's 1 damage.
Uno damage on the butcher.
Yeah. So I don't score anything.
I've got nothing to play either.
Okay.
So my fourth go, I'm just going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there with the Herald.
Harold.
And that's it.
Okay, I'm going to play Lethal Ward on Griswell
Oh, he takes a wound.
before you move him off.
Nothing for me now.
Nothing else.
The end phase, you go first.
Yeah, I scored opening gambit and combination strike for 3.
Still 3.
Yeah.
Not bad. Even in a bad round, you've managed to score 3 glory.
For quite a lot.
We've had I had games of the Grand Clash where I did score 3 glory the entire game.
No, well, I didn't have that. So I draw 2 new. Well, I thought I had 2 left. I've got 3 left. That's annoying. I draw 2 new cards. I'm going to get rid of a Fameway Crystal. I'm not going to need it. And draw 5 new power cards.
So I've scored solid gains, and I scored path to victory. So that's 3 glory there scored. Oh, and I scored fired up, so 4 glory. And I've got no cards left, so I'm going to draw my last objective and my last 3 power cards.
Right, round 4.
Round 3. It may seem like 4, I know, Robin, but I'm afraid it's only round 3. But it is the last round.
Go on then.
So, what does Averon get?
Oh, I do get a crit and a single.
Okay, so I get nothing.
Okay.
I presume you're going to go first.
Yes. So I'm going to attack the butcher.
And try and smash the butcher in the chops again.
Can you bring your guy back?
Oh, I can, yeah. So I'm going to attempt to bring back Master Talon again, and I'll put it right there on top of where Amis is right now. So if I get a hammer, it'll be on the objective. No, it's not. It's sword, so it goes down into the corner there.
Okay. I'm going to start by hitting the
Butcher
in the face.
3 hammers?
3 hammers, yeah.
3 hammers, that's just so painful. Oh, that's the Butcher turned into a fine red mist.
So I do get a glory for
Butcher's
that.
been turned into pate.
I'm going to place Arcane Savant on Dawnguard.
Which one's that one?
Makes her a level 2 wizard.
Oh, okay. I've got nothing to play right now.
And then I'm going to place Cry of Thunder, which is 2 lightning, so I will be able to cast it because I can change one of them.
Yeah,
I've got an innate lightning, and
so it doesn't even matter if you roll 2 crits because you can change one to a lightning.
So
you score that anyway?
Yeah. So it's basically 1 damage to these 2 people here. The bats. Well, I can do these 2, but I'm going to do the bats.
Do you want to do it? Because you'll kill Valric.
Oh, will I?
Yeah, she's got 2.
Okay. Yes, thank you. I will do Valric and Crackmarrow then, please.
Okay, so Valric dies
Thank
and
you for pointing that out,
takes
because that
the
means I
win.
score Strange Demise.
Ooh, nice.
Draw my last card.
I have nothing to play.
Okay.
So my first activation, I'm just going to make a little charge.
A little charge.
It's a little charge.
Petty charge.
1, 2.
Okay.
Petty charge. And that's with Master Talon. 2 swords. Oh, crit and a sword. You can't stop that because you've only got 1 dice. So it's only 1 wound. And I'll leave you there. I might as well.
Okay.
And I will then score in the name of the king.
Because
I've got 3 objectives. So I've
Nicely done.
scored 2 more glory.
Okay.
And I have no objectives left. I'm not going to play anything in my power step.
Okay, I'm going to empower Amis, which I can do automatically.
That's true, yep.
So she's empowered, so I can do re-rolls, and that means I score magical... No, it means I score Harness the Storm because I successfully cast a spell.
Nice. Okay, anything in your power step?
No.
Okay, I might as well attempt this. On my second activation, I'm just going to charge you with Harold, because he's got the Larval Lance.
Okay. Oh, okay, so that'll kill her.
Yeah, if I get this off. I've been jammy, so just 1 crit.
That'll be enough.
I say just 1. Oh,
Okay.
so that takes her out. I think that might be game. I've got no objectives left. So there's no point me drawing cards.
Well, there's no point me drawing any either. I'm actually going to score my last 2.
What are they?
It's Magical Supremacy because I scored 2, and Solid Gains because
that's another
did
2.
get 3.
That was...
Well, funny enough, 3, 6, 9, 12, 16.
You scored 16
So
and you got wiped out, which isn't bad.
Yeah, so he's kind of like, if you'd said you're going to get 60 glory in this game, you'd think, oh, that's all
I
right.
only got 19.
So yeah, okay.
So good game. Well, I'm very sorry that happened in the middle there. Well, I'm not, because I wanted to win, but at the same time,
I think this showed up the limitations of this deck a little bit. Oh, it's just luck. I was just unlucky that nothing, like, I didn't get IR as instant shield, for example, which is a really nice spell.
Could have been helpful, yeah.
But actually, I scored most of my objectives, so it's just really the dying that stuffed me.
I find if I don't do that bit, then I do much better.
In fact, I think apart from Death from Afar,
I think you scored everything.
I scored everything, yeah.
I think I scored everything except Supremacy, because I fluffed up where I put.
And if I kept hold of Death from Afar, I could have scored it with Harness the Storm.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, these decks are really good. I mean, you got wiped out. You still scored more glory than I score in some games where I
don't think I scored that many at the weekend. In any game.
I think I only in a few games scored that many. And those were certainly not games where I got wiped out. I was quite lucky where you were standing next to the lethal and I had distraction, so I could take him out.
Oh, that's a risk, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I charged with Crackmarrow, and again that was a risk if I'd have fluffed that attack. I don't think I rolled any crits on that attack.
Although it was even better than that, though, wasn't it? Because you actually moved. Didn't you move Rastus somehow first, so he was next to the lethal?
I think I hit him and knocked him back. Yeah,
maybe that was
hit him and knocked him back.
Yeah, and then a distraction.
Yeah,
there's not very much you can do to legislate against that.
Not massive.
You were lucky with Crackmarrow. You got Potion of Rage at the right time.
And Haymaker, or whatever it was.
And your rolls came up.
Yeah, I was very lucky. That could have easily gone the other way, and I would have had Crackmarrow standing there with no saves. No save dice, and you had Tome of Offerings. Yeah. And if that had continued that way, I was out of the game.
I could have held off playing Tome of Offerings, but you kind of got to get out when you get the chance. I think I did score, maybe kill one.
You did. You killed the Master Talon the second time round. I think you died about 3 times in that game. Yeah. But yeah, you killed the Master Talon the first time round. And I mean, this does highlight that Grymwatch.
Did you actually miss in that game?
I might not have done very much. But I think
you may have only tied with Rastus, but you did. I think you may have only tied with him. He only had 1 damage when you killed him. So
yeah,
probably
possibly.
Tied him and then put him in the lethal.
I was pretty lucky with my dice rolls there. I think I had some pretty positive dice, and you missed a few attacks and a few things like that. Although I don't know if you didn't cast any spells, but I think it's hard not to with that deck. It's hard to fail spellcasting with that deck because it's got a lot of spell.
Well, most of the time, I think I didn't have to roll.
I think
I did hit with his attack when I used it, which is not always guaranteed, is it?
No, true. I think I would take possibly one of the innate lightnings out of that deck, and I'd put in like a Great Fortitude or something, because they are quite vulnerable.
Tell you half now, it got to the final of the Grand Clash, and I was 114.
Yeah, that's true. I was 77. So what do we know, really?
But maybe it's just playstyle. I found it. There's no push cards.
Yeah.
So, and when you're playing the Grymwatch, it's like, well, I know what you're going to do.
I don't know who he came up against before he got to the final, and whether he came up against Grymwatch. He might have been fortunate in that he didn't come up against any Grymwatch warbands or any heavy objective style warbands, because I think against almost
pretty lucky not to have done that though, because I mean,
possibly, but I mean, I didn't come up against Grymwatch the entire tournament.
John was playing. So he played the Nighthawks, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think that deck would do quite good against the Mournflight because you can blast people to pieces with magic.
Yeah. I mean, I just didn't have any. There was no way of. I mean, I've got Fameway Crystal, but when you're sitting on the objectives, it's useless.
Yeah.
There was a point where you were Gristlewell was. So, when I say I wish Amis was inspired, there was a point where Gristlewell was next to the objective. And if Amis had been inspired, I could have teleported over there and killed him.
Yeah.
Well, not I might have missed, but and
that was the intention.
Yeah. But she wasn't inspired, so there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I miss having the push cards, because especially playing you. I mean, there were a couple of times when I knew exactly what you were going to do, and
you can't do anything about it.
You would use Valrique because I had lethal ward and I could have killed her, but I literally.
You can't do anything. Just
do
watching.
Nothing. Just watch.
It's just like watching a car slow motion car crash.
Every time you're on 3, and I mean, talking about luck, I only got In the Name of the King out when you had killed.
You only had two people left. Yeah.
So that actually was almost the difference in that game. So I don't know. I think I'm on a ridiculous losing streak. Although I did win a game in the middle, but I think my last. How much did we play? 8 on the Saturday, 3 on the Sunday, and 2 now. So that's
13.
13. I've won 1 out of 13.
Ouch.
I'm going to play something else.
I know what you're feeling. I remember when I went through that dark, lonely streak beginning of last year where...
I've had one before. I've had a similar, not quite that bad, but I had a similar... I felt after the last Grand Clash, I felt really down about the game, but I think the game was in quite a bad place at that point.
Yeah, because that was the Nightfall one where it was just everything was offense.
Everything was out, and Power Unbound had come out.
Yeah,
and the game felt really.
It was just charge and attack, charge and attack, charge, and that was it. You did 4 activations; they were nearly always charges.
Yeah,
you didn't care about objectives at all. I do think though that this highlights that if you have a really good deck, and these are really good decks, obviously because they got to the final, and if you're not a terrible player, if you're semi-competent, which I think we fall into that category of, but you have luck as well, or your opponent has worse luck than you, that can be what swings it.
Yeah, it is a game of luck, isn't it?
It is, yes. So if you are luckier, you are going to do better.
So I don't know. I'd have to look back at the dice roll. I don't know whether I was unlucky.
Well, I don't necessarily mean just the dice.
It's hard though, because you're right. Because it's
because when the cards came out for me, I had
as well.
In that middle section there, I had the perfect set.
Yeah,
of
because
cards.
my cards were crap. I got my last card. So Well of Power. No, that was the game before. The middle game, I had.
You've only played 2.
No, the middle round. I got Arcane Savant, Blessing of Victrix, and Arcane Familiar. I think.
Ugh.
I was like, well, they all do practically the same thing.
That's why I think I would get rid of maybe 1 or 2. I reckon I would take out. I don't know what I'd take out, but I'd take out so I can get Frenzied Search in there. I'd possibly take out
Frenzied Search.
I'd possibly take out one of the lightnings and put in a Great Strength.
There's 2 lightnings. I had the Storms.
Great Fortitude, not Great Strength. But like I say, it's hard to criticise it too much because it did get to a final, and
exactly. Yeah, I mean,
we didn't get anywhere near the final.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to if I go to any local tournaments soon to just take the Grymwatch deck because it plays itself. It's hard to not just churn out glory.
And I feel
like
that's a bit like the problem with Grymwatch, and that's partly why I didn't take them to the Clash.
Yeah,
but it is a bit bust. Feels a bit bust.
Does feel a little bit broken.
The fact that they won three of the 3 tournaments over that Clash weekend. It'd be interesting to see. LVO will be out by the time this video goes live.
So it'll be interesting to see
how they've got on there.
If they get another one there, but they tend to have a very different meta over there, don't they? So
they do. The thing with the Grymwatch is that they score consistently, whatever you're doing.
Does seem to be that way.
I think I scored more glory in that. Did I score more glory than I scored today? I don't know, I lost, but I think I scored more glory with the Grymwatch.
I think you scored more glory in the last game, yeah. And that was because I think it was like 18 to 20 or something like that. And
I just feel that, I don't know, they just, and they're very, very consistent. So if you win, even if you beat them in one game, you're likely to lose 2-1.
Yeah.
And they will get a massive glory haul. But you could actually beat them. You might even be able to. If you lost one of the games, even if you won 2-1, you might still find that they've got more glory than you.
Yeah. I feel like that particular Stormcast deck against this particular Warbandon deck, I think it's stacked in Grymwatch's favour.
Yeah, I mean, the Stormcast oh no, you beat me. So yeah. So I don't know. I was going to say they lost 2-0, but they haven't. I've lost 2-0.
But that first game, I think I had the lion's share of the luck, and that's why I think that obviously luck is a part of this.
Yes.
But I think if you've got 2 equally good decks and 2 equally skilled players, then it just comes down to whether the dice and cards favour you or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while Stormcast have lost this game, you were a bit unfortunate that you've been on the bad side of things both times. But had we played the other way around and got a similar score, it would be 1 game apiece, right? Yeah. It would be Grymwatch 1 and Stormcast 1.
I possibly made a mistake at the beginning with my placement. I didn't think about getting into your area. Although I'm not sure it made a massive difference. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to kill Stormsire if I'd.
I possibly wouldn't have killed Rastus either, maybe.
Right.
So he would have been lethal X. I might not have been able to take 2 of them out. The fact that I took out 2 of your guys in 1 activation was crippling. I think at that point. Well, because it was just over 1 activation, but I used distraction to knock you into the lethal and kill.
He'd already taken damage, hadn't he?
Yeah, and then I charged and killed.
So it's
Averon.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't set it up quite right. I have Fameway, and I was thinking, if I can score a strong start, then I can teleport in. And then when you said, you can't do it, I actually technically could, but I knew you'd move on to the objective.
I see.
So that's why I was umming and ahhing, because I could have charged Rastus in, and I thought he'll be on his own. You'll go on the objective, and then I won't be able to get there. But again, that's where having your push boys comes in, because there's nothing. If I had distraction, I know, but I would have had to have it in hand. I could have distracted you off and teleported in. and then it's a different game.
I played a very similar Stormside deck. I don't know, it might almost be identical. Stormside deck, Team Cavalli. I played.
He annihilated you.
He absolutely, yeah. I think the second game of that, it was 19-2 at the end, so he absolutely destroyed me. First game was much closer, but he won by like a glory or something like that. So it can be very, very effective, and I think it's just whether the dice and the cards go your way. But that's why we have a best of 3, I guess.
Yeah.
And we have technically played the first 2 games of best of 3, and there's sort of a decider hanging in the balance. But we're not going to play that.
No.
Because whilst I enjoy playing these decks, I want to get back to making my own. I feel. Also, I'm a bit Grymwatched out.
I'm going to slash my wrists. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I in the games we played at the weekend, there was certainly the game against Andrew, but I mean, not beaten. I lost the Eyes of the Nine, that's how bad it was. But I did attack Chariot twice and missed both times. It would have killed him.
It's just soul destroying when you have those, and they're usually fairly, because you tend to stack the odds in your favour. You don't expect much from 2 sword attacks and things like that, but you stack it in your favour a bit, and then when you still miss, it's like, what can you do with that?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I should just go and play a game without dice. Maybe I'm feeling like you do.
I feel like we've swapped roles a little bit here right now, because I certainly wouldn't place any kind of tactical prowess on my win there. I really don't think, had the roles been reversed, we would have done very much differently. I even screwed up with supremacy as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Grymwatch are so quick, aren't they? That's the thing. I mean, I put the objectives back a little bit.
They feel quick. I mean, they've only got to move 4, but they do go to 5 when inspired, which makes them fast.
But they've got push. I mean, you had sidestep. You actually threw away one of them to move, but you can very easily, even when the person's got 3 objectives, you can very easily pinch one.
Yeah, you've got spectral wings, you've got sidestep, you've got distraction in there, you've also got centre of attention.
And it's sort of interesting, when they first came out, I thought they were really good, the score at the end of an activation objectives.
Yeah.
But actually, with mob warbands, I think they're too good. If they were score at the end of your turn, so after the power step, people could disrupt them, and they would still be better than supremacy.
Yeah.
Because supremacy obviously is the end phase.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like these guys. I mean, in theory, you could score swift capture, and in the name of the king, and temporary victory all in one go. And there is literally nothing your opponent can do about it.
There's almost nothing they can do unless they see you put 2 people on objectives, and they can distract one off or something like that.
But if you can't, if you've got the pack advance one or something like that, or you're playing not necessarily the Grymwatch, you're playing, okay, they can't score in the name of the king, but the Rawk, there's literally nothing you can do about that. Kind of feel like you need like when you make an attack, you have a defence roll.
Yeah.
Now, quite often that defence roll is rubbish, but there is a small chance of it coming off. I kind of feel like there needs to be some way of riposting to this, which I never thought I would say. Like a year ago, if you said to me, these guys...
You're going to hate objective play. You'll be like, shut up!
But I suppose I feel like it's just...
It's almost too good right now for some warbands. But they did say, and I think Nick did post in a Facebook where someone basically said, scope creep, Grymwatch need nerfing. He did say that he spoke to...
and it's in hand.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the...
Dave Sanders.
He said he spoke to Dave, and Dave basically said things will not remain the same, wink, wink. So maybe we'll start to see more... I'm wondering if we'll start to see more offensive cards come out, like if you make a charge of one person, maybe you'll start to get some free attacks again, but they can't be used if they're on an objective or something like that, to sort of encourage offensive warbands to not go for the objectives, because they, it may reward them in other ways if they're not on an objective. Because you've got things like jealous defense, which is free attack if you're on an objective. Maybe there'll be one which is a free attack if you're targeting someone on an objective. That kind of thing. Yeah,
to win the objective. Yeah, I mean that it needs something like that. It's quite interesting, because I was thinking, well, how do you claw it back? Because you've got these objective cards out there now, and if you can't make it more offensive in the sense of good offensive cards, because these guys can take them too.
Yeah, Grymwatch could just as easily.
If you bring something that's like akin to Larval Lance, which is in this deck, it will just replace Larval Lance in the Grymwatch deck.
Yeah, exactly.
And any extra attacks potentially. I mean, the Grymwatch could be sitting on 3 objectives and still use that one you were talking about.
That is true. I think they need to. I don't know, because they would have already done all the cards already, so they have no idea to foresee all of this. Well,
so I'm not very good at game design, so I can't think of things. I mean, I kind of feel like maybe that you more defensive rerolls.
But I wonder if there'll be maybe they'll make more bonuses for when targeting people on objectives.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, a few of those ploys like the Rippers have be quite good. The ones where there's the one where you can make an attack if your opponent doesn't hit you as a ploy.
Yeah, which is a bit like aggressive defence, but not quite the same.
No.
But then again, Crackmarrow would love that. You hit Crackmarrow, did you? I'll just smash you in the face with his 2 hammer 3 damage attack.
Yes, but I guess the game balances in the sense is if you take that, you have to take one less push card.
Yeah, there is that.
Because ploys is always space. Yeah, ploys are, and they've got really good ploys. I tell you what needs to be banned. That's bloody. I don't think you even played it in this game. Trophy, the trophy one.
Trophy belt?
No.
Trophy hunter.
Siege trophy.
Siege trophy.
Siege weapon. Siege weapon.
Siege weapon. I don't think I played that. No, yes, I did play it because I used it to wound Rastus.
Okay.
With
right.
Valric.
Okay.
I played that.
Yeah,
so
that
contributed
to his demise.
It did.
I mean, it's absolutely. I think that card is just dirty.
It is a pretty horrible card. I'm going to have an upgrade, and I'm going to do a wound you as well. It's not a bad upgrade either.
No.
Now, some people might say, "Oh, but you're limited because you need a glory to put it on." Like, who cares? This is Grymwatch. They spew glory everywhere.
And you had glory almost the first turn.
I did. I scored 3 glory on my first activation because I got the stand on objective 1 and the hold 1 objective in each half.
Yeah, that's a dirty card as well. No, not that one. Three. You got. Oh, you had the numbered objective one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
But I did use two gambits to get it because I had to use
pushed. You used sidestep and.
I used
cover ground.
I used sidestep to shove one guy forward so he could get on one objective, and I used centre of attention or whatever it is to drag Crackmarrow onto the other
objective. What they're in there for, though. And that's where having some decent offensive ploys would start to balance, because if you were missing one of those cards, you wouldn't have been able to score both of those objectives.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's interesting. I am interested to see where it goes. I mean, I do hope there's some things in the line to pull these guys in. I mean, we were quite amusingly talking about how the Night Haunt or both.
I thought it'd be the Thorns would be the ones.
Grymwatch took the lot.
Yeah, I did think it. I think that the difference is that Grymwatch, when their guys inspire, they can be pretty nasty, and I don't think that the Thorns are quite as nasty when they're inspired. The general chain rasps still suck. The
problem in this matchup is obviously I've made a bit of a mistake. I couldn't inspire, but I was looking at it. I was thinking, well, if I go forward, and you were probably thinking the same. If I go forward, he'll just run around the back of me, and just get all the objectives. Yeah. So there's been no good being in your half.
That's where someone like Thundrick comes in useful, because he can sit there with his poisonous cloud around him. Like he can block the way just by standing there.
Yeah.
In a cloud of his own funk. I do think that the Stormcast guys, the Cursebreakers, have less room for error. If you cock something up with the Grymwatch, you've probably got 3 or 4 other bodies you can do the same thing with. With the Stormcast,
I just realised you got your Fameway Crystal off in our game, and that helped you stop me from in your first turn, whereas I couldn't manage it. Yeah, and that was a big difference.
That did help, because then I had one of my people right in your half staying on an objective, and then you have to waste an objective just to get them off the objective before you can do anything.
And that's again where distraction in this deck would have been useful, because I could have, if I'd had it again, it's got to be in your hand, but could have pushed Rastus back out of the zone because he was just on the edge.
I can't remember. I think the only thing that might have changed things for you is if when you took the first turn in the second round, if instead of attacking with Averon to kill off that newly summoned ghoul, is maybe charging with Rastus and going for Crackmarrow, maybe then you would have possibly knocked him back far enough that he wouldn't have been a threat or something like that.
Maybe. I did kind of lose sight of the fact that Rastus had only had 1 wound left.
Yeah.
It was a bit daft.
Because he was standing right next to that objective.
But I had
that lethal hex.
I had overpower. No, whatever I scored. I scored 2.
You scored overpower and harness. Not harness the storm. A different one. Oh, strange demise.
No, the one where you. I did exactly enough damage to kill someone.
Oh right, measured
I think
strike.
I scored overpower. So
Yes, yeah, and you scored 2 for killing him.
So
because you had to
theoretically,
tame
it was the right play. In objective terms, whether.
Yeah, I was just lucky that I had a distraction in there to just shove Rastus onto that.
I should have thought of that. And I say I did lose sight of the fact that Rastus only had 3 wounds, and maybe had I realised I might have thought Death or Rory, because
charge with Rastus first or something like that.
Because the Stormstar was still there.
Yeah,
I'm probably not going to die.
Yeah, especially if you charge with Rastus, because I possibly would have then gone for Rastus with an attack to try and take him out before worrying about Averon, possibly. Because I'd forgotten that he had the Tome of Offerings until you blasted one of the guys apart, and then I realised,
that's it, yeah, I got 2 glory for thingies and 2 glory for killing. So,
it was a good shot. I think I was just more fortunate than afterwards because I managed to charge and I managed to kill him off with one attack and kill Rastus with a sidestep, with a distraction. So I do think it does just come down to luck sometimes with the way the cards fall out, and I do feel
just sitting watching this,
shaking his head.
Oh my God, he's useless.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But at the same time, watching the final, in one game, one guy only scored 10 glory, in another game, one guy only scored 9 glory. And in both the games we've played, we've both scored mid-teens, yeah. So we're much better than both of them, obviously. But it just made me realise that it doesn't matter whether you're a Grand Clash finalist or not. If the cards or the dice or whatever don't go your way, you might only score 8 or 9 glory. There's not a lot you can do about that.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose we probably whittled on for more than enough.
Way longer than we ever needed to.
Pete will probably leave most of this on the cutting room floor.
So we shall see you soon, guys. We'll be bringing along, hopefully next time, we're going to start working on some of our own decks. And we're going to start creating decks like we were preparing for the Grand Clash. But we'll take turns each week playing another warband. And then we can start to hone our decks. But only our patrons will get to pick what we're going to play. So, yeah, if you want to say, then maybe you want to jump over that way.
Yeah, unless this is Patreon only, in which case you're already.
In which case you guys know, you already know. But it's only the $10 supporters who get to make this pick.
That's true, yeah.
So we'll see you soon in the Beastgrave. Bye.